I'm tired. And I don't want to work on anything right now. And I know that I'm probably not the only person who feels like this. I'm sure that if you clicked on this video, that means that you also feel like this. And, you know, right now I should be working on a YouTube video right now, editing a different YouTube video right now. But I just cannot find the motivation and the willpower and wanting to do it. And so I decided that maybe the best use of my time would be to record a little video diary entry and just create something so that I don't doom scroll, because that's a problem I've been dealing with lately. We won't get into that, but yeah, it's really tough to stop doing that. I'll say that. But I want to make this video because I would venture to guess that I am not the only person, far from the only person, who is feeling burnout lately. Specifically, creators on the internet. And I think that's a little bit self-aggrandizing. Is that how you say that? Self-aggrandizing to call myself a creator already. You know, I've only posted like a handful of videos, but I feel like we're all creators. You know, is that what people say when they're not really a creator? I feel like we're all creators. I'm being hard on myself. I am. And I think, again, I'm definitely not alone in that. I think that the current state of the internet makes it really easy to be hard on ourselves and to see people doing things and to look at ourselves in the mirrors and be like, why are you not doing that? Why are you not working as hard as them? It's tough. You only see people's highlights, and I know that everybody says that and it's really cliche, but it's true. I'm rambling. But I'm hoping that this is resonating with at least some people. I think that we are really good in the current state of the internet, and specifically in America, which is where I'm from, if you couldn't tell. We're really good at just not giving ourselves credit. And to just, you know, we accomplish something and we're like, all right, that had to have been the bare minimum. What else can I do? And really, you're doing pretty good if you accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish. And you should give yourself flowers for it. You know, I've been feeling a lot of burnout lately, as I've said before, but I feel a lot of burnout because it's Thanksgiving break for me right now in my senior year. This is the busiest year I've ever had in school. You know, I'm taking 15 credits and I'm starting a business. Shout out Wool Gather. This is, by the way, the channel that I'm trying to edit a video for right now, and I'm trying to make it really good and fit the YouTube algorithm, and we're gonna see how that works. But you know, my video skills are not up to 100% like you might find with some other people on YouTube, but you know, it'll be like the third video that I make for that channel, and probably like the fifth video I make for YouTube in general. So between that channel and this channel. So if you're interested in it, go show it some love. Wool Gather. The YouTube video that I'm making right now, it's going to be called, sorry, my microphone is not going to be good for this video. It's going to be called How to Find Your People in 2026. We're really trying to leverage off of that New Year grind set meta that happens every year on YouTube. So we're definitely trying to leverage off of that. But yeah, so I've been taking 15 credits, plus starting a business, plus having two part-time jobs. You know, one of them, I'm an RA in the dorms. If you don't know what that is, that's a resident advisor. I'm just in charge of, you know, the residents of the dorms on my university. I'm in charge of a floor. And I also am a barista at Dutch Bros. And then on top of all of that, I'm also the president of the advertising club at my school. So needless to say, I have a lot on my plate. And it's almost the end of the semester. I got one more semester before I graduate, and I'm just feeling all kinds of burnout. And I think that I'm doing too much. You know, it's all necessary things, and it's all good for the resume, you know? And it's all building my skills. But at what point am I just spreading myself too thin, you know? I don't know exactly what my point is in making this video, but I hope that at least somebody watching this can take solace in the fact that they aren't alone if they're feeling the way that I'm feeling. And if you're feeling the way that I'm feeling, then please know I'm talking directly to you. And hopefully we can just sit here together and take a breath and just remember that you are doing a lot, and you should be proud of the level of work and the amount of work that you're doing. If you're anything like me, and I think that this is sometimes things I need to stop and tell myself. But yeah, just keep pushing through it. It's tough, but it's only going to get easier, I think, if you keep working at it and keep improving yourself with it. The big thing right now for me that I'm trying to improve on, that I know I do not have the skills fully there for, is YouTube. Clearly, I mean, look at this high budget, high production thing that I'm filming right here. But yeah, it's tough to have like that. You know what you want. I know what I want. I want to build out this YouTube channel and my Instagram, barber_visuals. Go follow it. Heyo, plug, shameless. I want to create a videography and graphic design and photography and experience ecosystem to fit my brand. And it's tough when you've never done that before, and it's a lot. I'm biting off a lot more than I can feasibly chew at the moment, but I'm still gonna bite it off and just chew it really, really slow until I can swallow it. Yeah. And I think that people should have these big aspirational goals, and I think that that's something that is kind of getting lost in the current day with with how so many people are just like almost forced to just be in the 9 to 5 commute home, make dinner, and then you only have like an hour or two to yourself before you have to go to bed and wake up and do it all over again. It's hard to like set time aside to do extra work for something that you want, but what else are you gonna do? And again, this is me partially talking to myself, but what else are you gonna do? Is just sit and scroll for a couple hours? Like, unfortunately, that's something that I have a bad habit of doing. And so, I was struggling with editing this video, and my natural instinct would be to give up and just start scrolling because it's hard to edit a video. And against my natural instincts at this point, instead of giving up and scrolling, I decided, okay, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to film something, because I know how to film something. I know how to talk on camera. I ran a podcast in high school for my high school. I know how to talk on camera, and that's something that's natural to me. So I might as well take a break and do something still productive. That's why I'm here. I'm also just doing this video diary to get my thoughts out of my head. Because I definitely talk faster than I write. And I think faster than I write, but I can talk as fast as I can think, if that makes sense. Which is why I'm doing this video diary. There's a lot of whys revolving around me doing this video. I hope that I can at least like show to people that having these cyclone thoughts in your head like whirling around is normal. Being burnt out is normal. Being aspirational in your goals and setting huge goals for yourself should be normalized. And with that, it should be normalized to understand that it's stressful to try to go for those goals. And that is also normal. I wonder how this video is going to perform in the algorithm. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about how to make YouTube videos, and I would first say that the way that I'm doing this video does not follow any really of the advice that I've been watching. But you know, maybe at least I'll use this as a way to practice my thumbnail and title game to get people to click on it and see if that works. And hopefully the start of this video of me jumping onto my bed and saying I'm tired maybe worked as a hook. Yeah, I don't know. This is partially me just getting my thoughts out there, partially me trying to resonate and take solace with like-minded people who have stuck around to this point in the video. Drop me a ghost emoji if you're this far into the video, or if you are on a computer that doesn't have emojis, just type ghost. I don't know. I just want to see if anybody's watched to this point. And that was the first emoji I could think of. But yeah, this is partially everything that I've said, you know, and it's also partially me experimenting with the YouTube algorithm and seeing if this works. The first at least probably 10 to 20 videos on this channel are going to be me experimenting to see if I can catch a vibe for anything that might work for the algorithm. But that's about all I have to say. If you're burnt out and you got a lot going on and you have a lot of responsibilities, just know that you definitely got that. Don't stop for a second to think that you've bit off more than you can chew. Even if it might feel like it a lot, I know the feeling. But just keep pushing through. It's only going to get easier. I know it looks scary to look at all these responsibilities and be like, oh my god, there's so much I have to do. But the more you crack down on it and the more that you do it, the easier and more natural it's going to become. And I'll end this with saying something that one of my professors told my class recently, and that is that adventure is not on the other side of lack of responsibility. Adventure is on the opposite, or adventure is on the other side of responsibility. Meaning, a lot of people think that the more responsibilities you have, the less freedom you have, and meaning the less adventure you have in your life. But according to him, the more responsibilities you have and the grander the responsibilities you have, the more adventure you will find in your life. And it's all about picking those responsibilities in the direction that you want to go, in the way that you're passionate, and you will find adventure. So keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next video.